There's a certain amount of irony in that comment from Aaron Rodgers because he's saying some pretty outlandish things there about how the media business works. He's clueless, frankly, as to how the media business works. You don't get a view for a second. You don't get a click for a second. That's not what it's about. It's about coming up with engaging content that people want to pay a lot of attention to, not a little attention to. You're trying to build an audience that is with you over the long haul, not bits and pieces. This isn't about shouting as loud as you can in the wilderness so you get attention for 5 minutes. You're trying to sustain something that lasts, 20 years or longer. So look, Aaron, I'm not going to pretend I know how to read defenses. Don't pretend that you understand how a media business works. That's all I'm saying, Chris. There, I feel better.
Well, no, I hear you there. I mean, I hear you. I do. But I think the broader point is still there. It's real. There is still plenty of people who are uninformed, who got big followings, and just yell out crap. I'm just sorry. Yeah, I mean, again, or you can be perceived that way at times too. Like, when you say I deal with it. It's a tough thing. It really is in the media business. I mean, but at the same time, no, I think there's enough of that out there to where, yeah, people making outlandish or, headline statements, and you go, well, but I don't know if you really know what you're talking about watching. I saw you cover 97 other sports this past week, but now I'm supposed to believe you're an expert in this one too? Like that to me is where I can feel his frustration. And so I think there is some merit. Yeah, he didn't do the best job of maybe explaining that there, but I can understand it a little bit.
This is our airing of grievances every week. His appearances with Pat McAfee and A.J. Hawk every Tuesday have become his own airing of grievances. And I said plenty about it last night on PFTPM. I'm not going to get into that again. I wrote about it at PFT. You can read it there. My point for now is this, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know why he cares. The guy has won. He's won. He's making gigantic money. He's one of the great quarterbacks of all time. He's a Super Bowl MVP. Now, he's got plenty of things within the confines of his organization he's legitimately upset about. We talked about it yesterday. We've defended him. But I think it's a bad look. I think it's beneath him. I always bristle at the phrase, "you're better than that," because anytime someone uses it at me, I say, you just don't know me very well. I'm not. I can say this, Aaron Rodgers is better than that, and maybe he isn't, to worry about the stuff that people say. This gets back to what we talked about. I teased this an hour and a half ago. The criticism that we get on Twitter, that I get in the comments. My wife read them when we first started using them. She's like, why in the hell do you let these people say this? She's like, I don't care, because it's the passion that draws them. It's the manifestation of that passion. I don't begrudge them their passion. I can live with what they say. Aaron Rodgers needs to be the same way. We in the media help drive interest in the sport, which helps drive the revenue that allows him to make the money he's made and enjoy the life that he's had. The criticism comes with the territory. And look, this isn't just one or two voices in the wilderness that were piling on Aaron Rodgers after week one. It's everywhere. Anywhere you look. And this isn't just because Jermichael Finley decided to drop a couple of turds in the punch bowl in his comments to TMZ last week that started all this. Anyone with eyes and ears and who's been paying attention to what's gone on throughout the offseason was going to have a strong opinion about the possible connection between Aaron Rodgers' drama from day one of the draft into training camp and the fact that they showed up for week one and, as you would say, crap down their leg.
Yeah.
Can't say it with a straight face. So Aaron, you've won. You have won. Don't worry about the stuff that I say, that Nate Burleson and Bill Cowher said, that Jermichael Finley said, that Skip Bayless said if he criticized Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. Don't pay attention to him. Don't pay attention to him. Don't pay attention to us. Just keep kicking ass. You've won.
I know.
You guys like Mike Florio. I mean, don't waste your time reading crap like that.
I mean,
that's before. Hey, that's before he started to look like Slippery Pete. By the way, go ahead.
Well, you're right. You'd wish that, yes, to a degree, but it's not the way guys like him are wired. They're not. Brady's the same way. Russell Wilson's the same way. Mahomes is the same way. Now, they're not going on the Pat McAfee show and doing it there, but at the same time, they're listening. They hear it. It's these guys are, ultra competitive. I do think there's a an insecurity in all of them and like wanting everybody to like them and think I'm the best. And of course, they're also very aware of the legacy left behind in all cases there. And I think that's what affects these guys probably too often.
But there's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah.
A guy like Patrick Mahomes, a guy like Tom Brady, a guy like Russell Wilson, even though Wilson would never acknowledge it, they use the criticism as motivation.
Yeah.
But they don't hate those who are criticizing them. They don't want to deplatform. That's what, if you listen to everything that Aaron Rodgers said yesterday, he basically wants people to get fired. He doesn't want people to have these platforms. How do they get these platforms where they can say these things? He doesn't want the criticism at all. He doesn't want to take it and use it as motivation. He just doesn't want the criticism at all. He resents it. He's got a vendetta against those who would criticize him. He reminds me a lot of a high-profile politician who would use his platforms to criticize any who dared to criticize him. It's just beneath him. That's my point.
I won't disagree there, 100%.
It shows a level of petty vindictiveness that I don't believe any. You talk about mental health. Hey, one way you want to enhance your mental health, don't let yourself get dragged down by all the BS to the point where you hate the people, you despise the people. Understand why we do what we do. Use the criticism to motivate you, but don't make it personal. Don't make it like, I don't want that person to have a job anymore because I don't like that thing that they said about me. That is what I'm saying is beneath Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not going to disagree. 100%. I mean, I'm with you there all the way. And, yeah, I don't understand that, the ability or why any of these guys let it get to them personally. It's not. It is part of the sport. It's part of the business. You're constantly being evaluated. Yeah, you're making a ton of money, and that comes along with the territory as far as being a quarterback in the NFL.
Do you have something for today? I'm sorry, I monopolized.
I mean, mine's not
chewed up all the grievances time.
As sexy. Mine will be quick. I'm sick of pass interference in the NFL. I'm sick of pass interference in the NFL on what I want to say is unfairly pass interference. And what I really mean by that is, like, Mike, on like Monday afternoons, Tuesdays, I watch a lot of film. I'm going to say I watched like 9 games on film over the last 2 days. I probably saw 25, 30 offensive pass interferences. I don't know if one got called. None of them. In fact, on some of those plays, I bet you half of them, they called it on the defense. And it's unreal how one-sided it is. The rule states that the defensive player has a right to the ball when it's in the air. And there's just too often where contact can be made by a receiver. He's pushing off a guy to do whatever. He can get the guy and throw him out of the way, and nothing's called. Nothing at all. But if the defender even did half of that, man, is it called, and there's 7 flags out there from all over. Everybody on the field, every ref saw it. Oh, hey, those. So that really bothers me as we go here. It really is. It's totally unfair to some of these defenders right now, and I think that's something that I wish the NFL would look at it a little bit more and call it a little bit more fairly.
Tough thing to do in real time at full speed.
I know.
And we saw what happened a couple of years ago when they tried to make it subject to replay review. That was a disaster. It is making the NFL very, very gun-shy about further proactive measures as it relates to the incorporation of video into the officiating function.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.